What's up, Maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, wrestling enthusiast, WrestleManiac if you will. And today, as I watched NXT, I was pleasantly reminded that we are getting Walter versus Dragunov, the rematch at Takeover after SummerSlam weekend if you like. So today we're gonna have a brief talk because my voice is going, if you can't recognize already, my voice is disappearing. We're gonna have a brief talk about Walter versus Dragunov Part 2. Now already I think this is going to be the best match on the Takeover card. Probably has the most intrigue going into it because there are some other big matches on the card. Obviously the NXT Championship match, Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross, but we already know Karrion Kross is more or less on the main roster at this point, so Samoa Joe is going to win. And you know, they've done a lot of good work building Karrion Kross, but Raw has done a lot of bad work just making him feel very ordinary. So yeah, that match has kind of lost all of its intrigue. And Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, another big match, but with the Adam Cole contract talks where they are or where they're not, depending on what you think, Adam Cole is probably going to lose that match. I think we can all probably guess that. So yeah, for me, the de facto biggest match on this card is going to be Walter versus Dragunov. And for those of us that have seen the first one, I'm sure the whole world would have seen it by now. Maybe a lot of people didn't see it live when it happened. I watched it live when it happened and I was in complete awe of what I was watching. But for everyone that's watched it back since, you can just know from that match that given the biggest stage of Takeover in America, main stage NXT, that this match is going to be brilliant. It's going to be so brutal. It's going to be so violent. I hope they're allowed to bring the same brutality as they did in the NXT UK first match of this series. Just because it's on Takeover, I hope they don't have to tone it down or anything like that. I hope they bring the same level of violence. But yeah, this match is going to be brilliant. The only thing I wished is that this wouldn't be in this CWC, that it would be in an actual arena with, you know, maybe about 10-15,000 fans like they used to do takeovers. I'm really tired of this CWC, if I'm completely honest. Even when it comes to regular NXT TV programming, I'm just not into it anymore. Like the whole cages around the fans and stuff like that, I don't really like it at all. As of the time of recording, Walter has been NXT UK champion for a whopping 852 days. And yes, the pandemic happened in between then. There was no NXT UK shows for a period, but even around that, Walter has been booked in a phenomenal fashion. Very, very dominant in everything he's done. Dragunov has looked excellent, even going into the first match. Since then, he's had the kind of a relapse. He's been going through like these kind of trances, very similar to how Kota Ibushi would go into a trance and then he would just kind of flip out and go crazy, and then like look at all the destruction he caused afterwards. So yeah, he's kind of built himself back up to this point of being the #1 contender again. And I can't help but think it's Dragunov's time. Dragunov has to come and beat Walter here, give us a new NXT UK champion. I think that would be really, really interesting. I think this match really deserves to be in front of the NXT UK fans back here in England, but I guess they're not ready to kind of go back on the road in England just yet. And I know our rules and regulations around the pandemic are slightly different to what's going on right now in America. So yeah, Ilja Dragunov for me has to be the guy that walks out as the NXT UK champion, because otherwise I'm not really sure where Walter goes as champion. He's kind of defeated the rest of the top guys on the NXT UK brand, and Ilja Dragunov is at least a top guy, but you can see him beating Walter just because of the sheer ferociousness of how he approaches his matches and how intense he is. Also begs the question of, if Walter does drop the title, what is next for him? Like I said, I'm not sure there's much left for him in NXT UK at all, but seeing him over in NXT main stage over in Florida, that is something a lot of us want to see. But we all know that Walter doesn't necessarily want to move to America. But has he had a change in mind? Is that the plan going forward? I hope so, because the Imperium boys are kind of getting warmed up again on NXT. So if he comes over to America and joins them, that would be very, very interesting. And yeah, I feel like there's so much for him to do on the main NXT brand. that could be really, really interesting having him over there. But it's if Walter wants to move to America or not. That's always been the sticking point. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see and wait on that one. But yeah, guys, like I said, quick video just to kind of remind myself and remind you guys that this is going to be a big match on the Takeover card. Don't sleep on it at all. Don't let them pull the wool over your eyes about the NXT Championship match. We know Joe's going to win that, and we know Adam Cole's probably going to lose to Kyle O'Reilly. Walter versus Dragunov, the NXT UK match on the NXT Takeover pay-per-view, is going to be the biggest match and best match on the night. I told you. Put down below in the comments who you think is going to walk out as NXT UK champion. And is there any hope that Walter moves to America to actually join the main NXT roster? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.